Episode 149. Why do you still want to make love? Jade reached out and squeezed Dario's fingers. Only then could she feel safe. Could she really give herself completely to this man in front of her? Dario impatiently took off her pajamas. At first, Jade was not that shy, but when he was about to take off her underwear, she pulled hard to keep her underwear up. No matter what, she would not let him do this. If he took off her underwear too, he would see her naked body. Mr. Foster, I'm scared. Jade twisted her body away. She wanted him to keep touching her, but at the same time, she was afraid of what was going to happen next. Don't be afraid. You have to call me by my name. Dario patiently kissed her ear and coaxed her. His hand gently caressed her body and comforted her. Dario! Every time Jade wanted to call him Mr. Foster, he would bite her earlobe like a punishment, making her feel very uncomfortable. In the end, she had no choice but to call him by his name. Her gentle and seductive voice reached Dario's ears, instantly making him restless. He pressed his mouth close to hers. He used his commanding tongue to kiss her hard and then said, "Say my name again." "Dario," Jade said, shaking her head. "You will call me that from now on, okay? I like when you call me by my name." Dario kissed her forehead in satisfaction and stopped teasing her. When he felt that it was the right time, Dario straightened his body and slowly entered her body. Although he was already moving very slow, Jade still grimaced. She was extremely nervous, and her entire body was tense. She felt that his manhood was bigger than what she usually saw. Dario saw her pained expression. He did not dare to go in anymore. This was the first time he cared so much about a person's feelings. His movements were so slow and gentle. He was careful, as if he was afraid of hurting the person beneath him. Jade tightly bit her lower lip and panted. She could not help but look at him. Although she was in pain, she did not say anything. She just tightly held onto the bedsheet. Her face was covered in sweat and her lips were about to bleed. She wanted to pretend that she was not in pain. She did not want Dario to be upset because of her. However, she could not escape his eyes. Dario felt sorry for her when he saw her look. He put his hand on her lips. He rubbed his hand against them. Finally, he sighed. He suppressed his desire and withdrew from her body. His heart ached as he said, "Let's not make love." But just as he was about to leave, Jade reached out and wrapped her arms around his waist. She said in an extremely gentle voice, "It's okay, Dario. I can do it." Seeing her persistent gaze, Dario suddenly became very serious. He wiped the sweat off her forehead and said worriedly, "Are you sure you want to continue?" Jade quietly looked at his tender eyes. Although she was very afraid, she had made up her mind to give herself to him completely. Sheila was right. Only in this way would this family be considered complete. She firmly nodded her head. She had already agreed. She even took the initiative to hug his body to hers, making him stick closely to her. It was also because of her permission that Dario's manhood became even more swollen. His eyes flashed with a trace of light and joy. This was the first time she had done something like this to him. He put his arm in between Jade's teeth and said softly, "If you're in pain, bite me. I will be careful." Jade shyly nodded, but she knew that she could not bear to bite him. "Mr. Foster, I believe you. I am willing to give myself to you." Jade felt like her body was about to burst when she said the last part. Dario had prepared himself well before making love. While kissing her, he took advantage of her distraction to enter her body. At first, Jade only felt pain. She even wanted to stop a few times, but when she saw Dario's gentle and expectant eyes, she resisted the pain. Dario could feel her trembling. He tried his best to slow down. When he saw the pained expression on Jade's face disappear, he started to speed up his movements. Slowly, Jade broke free from the pain and tasted a trace of joy. That was a comfort she had never felt before. She even wanted to moan several times. Dario quietly enjoyed the feeling of having sex with her. He did not get tired of it. He liked this feeling very much. Jade didn't even know when she fell asleep. She just felt very tired. But that comfortable feeling appeared again and again. This made her very fascinated. They made love over and over until she was exhausted. Still, he didn't seem to be tired. He wanted to keep making love to her. The room became filled with a strong smell of love and desire. The next day, Jade was woken up by his touch. "Mr. Foster, don't touch me. I'm so sleepy." Dario did not say anything, nor did he stop what he was doing. Suddenly, she felt someone pressing down on her. Even more, it was as if something else was touching her. She suddenly opened her eyes and discovered that she was lying there naked, and Dario was also naked. The two of them were very close. At that moment, Dario was pressing on her body, licking her most sensitive parts. Because she was not wearing clothes, he could easily kiss the tops of her chest. "Ah, Mr. Foster, what are you doing? You've gone too far!" Jade screamed and could not help kicking him. This was too much excitement for this early in the morning. She really suspected that Dario had taken an aphrodisiac. Why did he have so much desire for her? He had made love with her so many times yesterday, yet he actually still wanted to make love today. When Jade thought of what had happened the night before, she immediately felt shy and wanted to find a place to sit up. The morning sunlight passed through the gap between the curtains and shone on their naked bodies. Jade hurriedly pushed Dario away and pulled up the blanket to cover herself. She turned her head to the side, not daring to look at his naked body because it was too attractive.